Morning guys, it is a Friday morning and off the cuff I'm going to do a random video. I get asked quite often what's my view of obesity in the UK, and when I first started as a trainer it was very rare that I see someone who was morbidly overweight and obese, and that's probably because our culture back then and with lifestyles, we were more active, and obviously people were more encouraged to stay fit and healthy, and it was kind of frowned upon that you would pretty much eat yourself into, well, extreme obesity. And 15 to 20 years later, it's acceptable to be obese. I even see a lot of fitness professionals who are morbidly overweight, and it's not healthy, it's not good, and it's definitely not a good role model. If you're pushing health and fitness, you should be healthy and fit. Sorry to say it as harsh and blunt as that, but yeah, I've seen some trainers with 10 stone overweight. It's just ridiculous. But it's become the norm, and hey, who am I to judge? But in recent months, we've had a lot of discussion about the NHS. This goes on from a couple of other videos and posts that I've made, and having done some statistical research based on why the NHS, in my personal opinion, is not sustainable anymore. It's because it's been free for a long time, and when something's free, quite often than not, people take advantage of it, and people have took advantage of it to the point where when it's not a medical emergency, people pop down, so that's resources used. Obesity, inactivity, costs the NHS over 8 billion a year. When you also combine the likes of drug abuse, alcoholism, smoking, that's sort of a 10, 12 billion a year. So we've got all these parties in the political forces saying that they're going to save the NHS. Well, we need to save it ourselves. They spend almost $1 billion a year on preventative measures, trying to educate us, but people are just ignorant to the fact that we need to look after ourselves. I mean, so many people who, when I've done these shows, these exhibition shows, I remember doing the ITV show, I've never met so many people who are offended by just handing them a flyer about improving their health and fitness. Don't get me wrong, if I sold gin, cake and flumpy dresses, I would have made a fortune there, but the reality is that I've woken up to realise that so many people just don't give a shit about their health. And so therefore, after over a decade of being the nicey nice trainer, telling people what they want to hear, I decided a few years ago to just speak my mind, and that's why I get better results. And if someone's offended along the way, then I'm cool with it, because at least I'm talking from fact and not opinion. There's a lot of trainers out there I see who will tell you everything you want to hear, and I unfortunately see a lot of trainers who don't get good results with their clients, and the clients 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line are still training with that trainer, and they still look the same. Well, you've got to question the strategy. But yeah, if I look back the last 100 years of the NHS since it founded, comparatively to now, well, 100 to 50 years ago, we didn't have takeaways and fast food like we do now. Everything was cooked fresh. Most people were either gathering their own foods, physically going to supermarkets, eating all more organic fresh foods. People typically had 1 or 2 meals a day. There was rations. People ate off the land more. They didn't import so much. And there wasn't an abundance of sugar, and people weren't alcoholics, and smoking wasn't as bad as it is today, and people didn't take as much drugs as they do today. So you've got all these different things that are huge contributing factors to why the NHS is struggling today. And because of poor lifestyle choices as well. So if you combine the likes of obesity, poor nutrition, sugar, alcoholism, smoking. These are huge contributors to cancer. So it's a no surprise why cancers have gone up. Now, that might sound a bit harsh. I've known a lot of close friends and family to have passed away from cancer. But a lot of health issues, and to the extreme like cancer, can be prevented through healthier lifestyle choices. But it's just a shame to see that so many people don't want to take preventative routes, and they want to look for a cure, an instant quick fix. So my personal opinion is, with the fact that so many people do not look after themselves anymore in the UK today, that's the reason why the NHS is non-sustainable. It's not that we can't afford to have an NHS. It's that we can't afford to have an unhealthy nation who don't give a shit about their health, who want a cure for everything, yet won't look at preventative measures. I haven't been to the doctors for 12 years. I've got a cold, yes. Ooh, I'll drink some lemon water. If it gets really bad, if I have a headache, I'll try and sweat it out a little bit. I'll walk a bit. If it's getting worse, simple. I'll rest more. I'll take a paracetamol at the most. No, I will not be going to the doctors. And it's that constant strain on the NHS which is forcing it to be privatised. Because when something's for free for so long and it gets used and abused, and it finally says, we've got to pull the plug, guys, we've got no money, got no resources. These beds to fit over 30 stone people are costing us millions. The smoking and alcoholism issues within the NHS is costing us billions. Drug addiction and recreational drugs are costing us billions. I've never met so many contradictive people in the fitness industry, to be honest, as well. So, fuck me. Going to the gym, taking steroids and taking other hormonal injections to then go out at the weekend and be a party animal, snorting all sorts up your nose. It says a lot about the fitness industry. I see a lot of it. Yeah, it's great looking good, but if you die premature of a heart attack, ridiculous. So there we are. There's some harsh truths about the unsustainability of the NHS, why it frustrates the crap out of me, hearing about it being used as a political pawn. When I just know it's not sustainable, because I've looked at the way society's changed the last few years, and it's just getting more and more frustrating to watch. So what's your opinion? What do you think? Do you think the NHS is sustainable? Do you think we should take more self-care? What's your opinion?